Archangel Michael and Jesus say, "Beloved soul, there are moments in life when something gently reaches you at a time you did not expect, yet deep within, you feel that it carries meaning meant especially for you. You may have been moving through your day, thinking about your responsibilities, your plans, or your thoughts, when suddenly this moment appears and invites you to pause. It is not here to rush you or to create pressure. It is here to remind you that even in the middle of a busy life, there is always space for reflection and awareness. They say that life often sends quiet reminders rather than loud interruptions. These reminders do not demand your attention forcefully. Instead, they appear softly, asking you to notice them when you are ready. And when you do notice them, you may begin to feel a sense of calm curiosity, as if something within you is encouraging you to listen more closely. Beloved soul, there have been times when you felt uncertain about your path, moments when you wondered if you were moving in the right direction or if everything would eventually make sense. These feelings are part of every journey. They do not mean that you are lost. They simply mean that you are growing, learning, and trying to understand your experiences more deeply. Archangel Michael and Jesus say that this message is not about urgency or fear. It is about presence. It is about giving yourself a small moment to breathe, to step away from the noise, and to connect with your thoughts in a calm and peaceful way. When you do this, you begin to notice how your journey has been unfolding step by step. Beloved soul, think about the experiences you have lived through. The challenges that required patience, the moments that taught you strength, and the situations that encouraged you to reflect. Each of these has shaped your understanding and brought you closer to the person you are today. They say that sometimes clarity does not come from searching harder, but from slowing down. When you allow your mind to become quiet, you begin to see things more clearly. Thoughts that once felt overwhelming start to settle, and in that calm space, understanding begins to form. Beloved soul, you are not expected to have everything figured out. Your journey is not a race, and there is no need to rush toward answers. Life unfolds gradually, revealing its meaning in ways that you can understand when the time feels right. Archangel Michael and Jesus say that this moment is simply an invitation. An invitation to pause, to reflect, and to reconnect with yourself. You do not need to change anything immediately. You only need to be present. Beloved soul, when you allow yourself to be present, you begin to feel a quiet sense of peace. It may be subtle at first, but it is real. It is the feeling that comes when you stop trying to control everything and instead allow yourself to experience the moment as it is. They say that your journey continues to unfold, and there are many moments ahead that will bring clarity and understanding. This moment is just one step along that path, reminding you to listen with patience and openness. Beloved soul, trust that you are not behind and you are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be right now, learning and growing through each experience. Archangel Michael and Jesus say, "Beloved soul, there are moments in life when you may feel alone in your thoughts, as if everything around you is moving while you are standing still, trying to understand your own path. In those moments, it may seem like there is no clear answer, no clear direction, and no clear sign of what comes next. Yet even in that quiet uncertainty, there is a presence that never leaves you, a presence that remains steady even when everything else feels unclear. They say that many people search for guidance in loud signs or dramatic changes, believing that clarity must arrive in a way that is impossible to miss. But often, the most meaningful guidance appears in a quiet form. It is not something that interrupts your life, but something that gently exists within it. It is felt in moments when your thoughts slow down, when your breathing becomes steady, and when your heart begins to feel calm without any obvious reason. Beloved soul, there have been times when you felt a sense of peace even in the middle of confusion. Moments when, despite not having all the answers, something within you felt steady. That feeling was not. It was a reflection of the support and guidance that has always been present within your journey. They say that when you begin to notice this quiet presence, your perspective starts to shift. Instead of feeling like you must figure everything out on your own, you begin to feel supported in a way that is calm and reassuring. This does not remove all challenges from your life, but it changes how you experience them. Beloved soul, take a moment to notice your breath again. Notice how each inhale brings a sense of calm, and each exhale releases a small part of the tension you may have been holding. In this simple awareness, you begin to reconnect with the peace that exists within you. They say that peace is not something that comes from outside circumstances. It is something that grows within you when you allow yourself to be present. When you stop trying to rush your thoughts or force answers, you create space for calm to appear naturally. Beloved soul, the message you are receiving is not about asking you to do something difficult. It is about inviting you to notice what is already there. The calm you feel in quiet moments, the sense of reassurance that appears without explanation, and the steady presence that remains even when life feels uncertain. They say that when you begin to trust this presence, your thoughts become lighter. The need to control every outcome begins to fade, and in its place comes a quiet confidence that your path is unfolding as it should. Beloved soul, you may not always understand every step of your journey, and that is okay. Life is not meant to be fully understood all at once. It is meant to be experienced, one moment at a time, with patience and awareness. They say that as you continue moving forward, you will notice how this calm presence becomes more familiar to you. It will feel less like something distant and more like something that has always been part of you. Beloved soul, this is where true connection begins, not in something external, but in the awareness that you are not alone in your journey. That there is a quiet support within you that continues to guide you gently. They say that you do not need to rush, you do not need to fear missing anything, and you do not need to feel pressure. All you need to do is remain present and allow yourself to feel this moment fully. Beloved soul, trust that this presence will continue to guide you as you move forward. The clarity you are seeking will appear in its own time. And the peace you are beginning to feel will continue to grow. Archangel Michael and Jesus say, Beloved soul, there comes a moment in your journey when the peace you once searched for outside begins to feel closer than ever before, not because your circumstances have completely changed, but because something within you has shifted. The thoughts that once felt restless begin to slow down, and the questions that once demanded immediate answers begin to soften. In this quiet change, you begin to realize that peace was never far away, it was simply waiting for you to notice it. They say that many people spend a long time believing that clarity must come from external signs, from perfect situations, or for moments where everything suddenly makes sense. Yet true clarity often arrives in a much gentler way. It grows within you as you allow yourself to be present, as you begin to trust your own awareness, and as you learn to sit with your thoughts without feeling overwhelmed by them. Beloved soul, there have been moments when you felt a calm presence without being able to explain it. Moments when, even in uncertainty, you felt a quiet reassurance that everything would eventually be okay. Those moments were not. They were glimpses of the peace that exists within you, a peace that becomes stronger each time you allow yourself to connect with it. They say that trust is not something that appears instantly. It grows slowly, through experience and reflection. As you begin to trust this inner calm, you notice that your reactions to life begin to change. Situations that once created tension may now feel more manageable. Thoughts that once felt overwhelming may now pass more easily. Beloved soul, this is not because life has become easier, but because you have become more aware. You are beginning to understand that not every thought needs to be followed, not every worry needs to be held, and not every moment needs to be controlled. They say that when you release the need to control everything, you create space for peace to grow. This peace does not remove challenges from your life, but it changes how you experience them. It allows you to move through them with calm rather than resistance. Beloved soul, take a moment now to notice how you feel. Notice your breath, notice your thoughts, and notice the space between them. In that space, there is calm. In that calm, there is clarity beginning to form. They say that this is where true connection begins, not in something external, but in your awareness of the present moment. When you allow yourself to fully experience this moment, you begin to feel a sense of stability that does not depend on circumstances. Beloved soul, as this awareness grows, you may find that your decisions begin to feel more natural. You are no longer forcing yourself to find the perfect answer. Instead, you allow your understanding to guide you step by step. They say that your journey is not meant to be rushed. Each moment you experience is part of a larger process that is shaping your understanding. When you trust this process, you begin to feel less pressure and more peace. Beloved soul, the calm you are beginning to feel is not temporary. It is something that will continue to grow as you return to it again and again. Each time you pause, each time you breathe, and each time you allow yourself to be present, you strengthen this peace within you. They say that you are not alone in this process. The support you feel is not distant, it is part of the awareness that is guiding you. It is present in the calm, in the stillness, and in the quiet understanding that is beginning to take shape. Beloved soul, trust that this peace will continue to guide you forward. It will help you see your path more clearly, make decisions with confidence, and move through your journey with a sense of balance. They say that this is the beginning of a new way of experiencing your life, one where you are not constantly searching, but gently understanding. One where you are not rushing, but calmly moving forward. Beloved soul, allow yourself to stay with this feeling for a moment longer. Let it settle within you. Let it remind you that the peace you were searching for has always been within your reach. Archangel Michael and Jesus say, beloved soul, there comes a moment in your journey when everything you have been slowly allowing yourself to feel begins to settle into a quiet and steady presence within you. It is not something that arrives suddenly, and it is not something that demands attention. Instead, it becomes part of you in a way that feels natural, like a calm that remains even when life continues to move around you. This is the moment when peace is no longer something you search for, but something you carry. They say that throughout your journey, you have been learning how to return to yourself. Every moment you paused, every time you chose to breathe instead of rushing, and every time you allowed your thoughts to settle has guided you to this place. What once felt difficult now begins to feel simple. Not because life has become perfect, but because your perspective has changed. Beloved soul, you may notice that your thoughts feel lighter now. They still come and go, but they no longer hold the same weight. The need to understand everything immediately begins to fade, and in its place comes a quiet trust that things will unfold in their own time. This trust allows your mind to rest. They say that your body also carries this calm. The tension you once held begins to release, your breathing feels more natural, and your energy feels more balanced. These changes may be subtle, but they are real. They are the result of the space you have given yourself to heal and to reconnect with your own awareness. Beloved soul, this is what it means to allow peace to become your natural state. It is not about removing every challenge from your life. It is about learning how to remain steady within yourself, even when challenges appear. It is about knowing that you can return to this calm whenever you need it. They say that as you continue moving forward, there will still be moments that test your patience and your understanding. But now, you carry something within you that is stronger than those moments. You carry the ability to pause, to breathe, and to respond with awareness instead of reacting with tension. Beloved soul, the most powerful realization you can carry from this moment is that you already have what you were searching for. The calm, the clarity, and the sense of peace you wanted to feel are not outside of you. They have been growing within you all along. They say that from this point forward, your journey becomes different. Not because the path changes completely, but because the way you walk it changes. You move with more patience, more awareness, and more trust in yourself. Beloved soul, take a moment now to feel this presence within you. Notice the stillness, notice the calm, and notice the space between your thoughts. This is where your strength exists, not in constant movement, but in quiet awareness. They say that you are not required to hold on to this moment perfectly. You are only invited to return to it whenever you need it. Each time you do, you strengthen this peace within you. Beloved soul, your journey continues, but now it continues with a deeper sense of balance. You are no longer searching in the same way. You are understanding, step by step, moment by moment. They say that trust this process. Trust the calm you feel. Trust the awareness that is guiding you. It will continue to support you as you move forward, helping you see your path with greater clarity. Beloved soul, everything you have experienced has led you to this understanding. And as you continue your journey, allow this peace to stay with you, not as something temporary, but as something that is now part of who you are. If this message touched your heart, type Amen in the comments and share this message with someone who may need peace and comfort today.